Good morning and welcome to our Sunday morning thought for today on this third Sunday of Lent, and it's good to be with you. My name is Brother Sean, and I hope you're well today and that you've had a restful night. Our theme comes from the lovely book Meditations Now by Leslie Brands, and he's chosen for us today the theme, What Foolishness? What Foolishness? And he gives us a quote from the New Testament Christian Bible, from St. Paul's letter to 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 22 to 25, but focuses on verse 20b. Has not God made foolish the wisdom of the world? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of the world? What foolishness to buy into the nonsense that the crucifixion of a carpenter turned preacher could somehow be interpreted as God taking upon himself the sins of the world. Yet this is what we as Christians hold to, that in which we hope, in which we invest our whole lives, past, present, and future. What foolishness! What foolishness to believe that a God of love reigns over this fractured, violent-ridden world of ours, that he really cares about the starving millions, the imprisoned, the deprived, the victims of disease and torture, terrorism and warfare, and the natural calamities that almost daily befall the inhabitants of this planet. Yet this is what we claim. This is the proclamation we joyously fling into the teeth of pagans and unbelievers about us. Cast all your anxieties on him, for he cares about you. That's a quote from 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. Let's read that again. Cast all your anxieties on him, for he cares about you. And we read on, what foolishness to insist that God is in our midst and that he abides within us, that he loves us and cares about us as his own beloved children, that he is personally concerned about each one of us and has a plan for our lives on this world and guarantees life everlasting in the kingdom to come. Yet this is what we believe. It is this that keeps us pushing on through sunshine or rain, highs or lows, whatever the conflicts and the calamities that stand in our way. For the foolishness of God is wiser than men. The foolishness of God is wiser than men. And a concluding little prayer. Open my eyes, O God, so I may recognize the difference between you and your purposes for your creatures on this world, and all the material and finite gifts lavished upon me, which I tend to value over much. Amen. So what foolishness it is for me to be in service to Christ and wear a habit when others tell me Christ didn't die on a cross. He had a stand-in. What foolishness of me to believe that nonsense. What foolishness. What sadness to see so many who are called by Christ to give their life to God in service to God's children and for unity and peace, but who give in, they give up, when the first storm hits their spiritual path. What deep sadness. What foolishness to believe that was Christ's death in vain when so many come and so many go. Let's reflect for a moment. Let's reflect as we come into the presence of Christ. Just feel the earth under your feet. Take a deep breath and relax. And now is a good time to invite Christ to come and sit with you. So now ask him, is it foolishness to believe all that the Holy Bible tells us? Is it foolish to believe that God really doesn't exist in our world? Hence so many turning away. Ask Christ to explain to you the true meaning of God's love for you. And when Spirit speaks through Peter and encourages us to cast all our worries, our anxieties and fears onto him who died for us. So maybe at this point it's a good suggestion to ask Christ to give you a disciple's heart, to release your worries and your fears that are prevalent in your life today and cast them onto him who called you by name, to relinquish and release the control that fear has in your life, the dramas and the dilemmas that each of us experience on a day-to-day basis, that we now hand them over and give them to Christ. And now just relax and sense the peace of God. A peace this world does not understand, nor should it. But it is the peace of God that empowers you and me today to take up our cross, to bless that cross, and to walk with our head held high, confident in the knowledge that what we do for God and that what God does for us is not foolishness. To the world it is foolish, but to us it is the joy of being called by name and becoming a child of God. Amen. I wish you a peaceful day, and I look forward to your company again tomorrow for another reflection. But for now, God bless you. Keep well, stay safe, and remember, you are loved.